We are a dual use platform. So probably about 70% of the work that we do today is with the Department of Defense, but then we've got another 30% that's actually large life sciences and biopharmaceutical companies. It's manufacturing companies. It's actually, we've done a ton of work in retail and hospitality. At this point, sports is actually one of our smaller verticals, not necessarily because sports isn't still using the platform and loving it, but because our other ones have just grown, which is great. But I think that ultimate question then comes down to like, okay, so from a product roadmap perspective, how do you prioritize use cases that span from professional football teams to U.S. Air Force schoolhouses to sort of large life sciences and biopharmaceutical companies? And I think for us, where we have really honed in on who are we as a company and where do we want to perform, it's in those critical areas, those critical knowledge areas that matter for performance of an organization. And so you have a lot of these learning tools that will present the information and maybe track whether or not you've done it, but we view those as more so like compliance tools. They're not readiness tools. They're not things that are there to make sure that you actually know how to do your job really well. And so when we think about what are the things that we build, obviously we're kind of going through our different use cases and we're pulling out the use cases that sort of have similar combinations between all of them. But at the end of the day, it's like, how do you make sure that somebody is prepared to do their job right in the moment? And so for us, it's like, well, how do we build and create the training very quickly that's relevant for the task at hand? How do we design training such that we are the fastest way for you to learn something via not a PowerPoint page, not a book that you read, not a podcast? Like, we are the fastest way to do it, and we are incorporating all the best principles in learning science to help the